Shalom, brothers and sisters. Your brother Yazriela from the Northern Kingdom brings some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous who are the biblical Israelites. And before we start, we want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Rekakadash. That Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Ahaya. It's Yahweh, the creator of all the ancient of days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, figuratively speaking. And we give double honors to our elders in GMS. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down on the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth day and night. Shalom to you and your households. The date today is May 30th of 2026. The year of apostates, bug outs, agents, Jacob's trouble, and of course World War III. This lesson is going to be about the wicked. How when you're younger you envy the wicked. You see the things that they have and you want. This is a very powerful verse we're going to go into, because when we're young we don't understand these things. But when you start reading the scriptures and you get the true understanding, the whole picture per se, then you see why the things are the way they are. Why are they living the better life here and the now? Because the here and the now is not our kingdom. The here and the now is his kingdom. He's King Turd of Turd Mountain right now, man. He's the one that made this world a desolation. He's the one that has made this world a living hell. Okay? They're the reason why animals go extinct. Why people get raped and shit gets stolen. Okay? This is the history of these people. There's nothing you can say or change or do, because they have always been the same people. Whether you call them white, Europeans, all these things are false. Okay? Because in reality, all they are the Edomites, according to the scriptures, the Idumeans. Anything less than that is a lie. Okay? So you have to understand the history of these people and why the Lord made them. Okay? You have to understand that he is the jailer to our prison. That this world is a prison for you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? That this world is run by the wicked. Okay? That this whole society, this whole planet Earth, in and out, there's nothing but wickedness. And that's coming to an end, brothers and sisters. Alright? You have to understand that this world is about to come in the new management. But the old world has to disappear. Okay, so we're going to go to these scriptures, and I'm going to get in the NLT and read it and get some understanding. Psalm 73 in the NLT. Truly God is good to Israel, to those whose hearts are pure. But as for me, I almost lost my footing. Okay, you have to understand, this is King David explaining his rise and fall and how he's afraid that the Lord might take his crown. Okay, just like he did Saul. You have to understand, Saul was the first king of Israel. And he disobeyed the Lord. And his power was taken away. So David feared this. He feared it to his pure gut. And he saw this kingdom the wars to come. He saw the prophets. He's a prophet as well. He saw all these things, and he feared that he might be as Saul. Okay, so he's explaining that. But as for me, I almost lost my footing. I almost went just the way of King Saul. My feet were slipping, and I was almost gone. For I envied the proud when I saw them prosper despite their wickedness. And that we've all been there, brothers and sisters, all right? We see these people driving in their high-end cars, and their beautiful mansions, and their beautiful wife, and you as a young person look at your life and go, what the hell? How is it that they're living the good life and we're not? We got crumbs. I'm living in the worst place and got nothing, right? Because we don't understand the scriptures. That's why. So again, for I envied the proud when I saw them prosper, despise their wickedness. So these people, how they become so powerful in this society is nothing but wickedness. To become defiled in this place, to become an actor, a singer, you have to be defiled. Okay, you have to be run through. You have to do what do you call rituals for them to prosper in this society. Verse 4, they seem to live such painless lives, right? Because you look, they have money, they have youth, or they look good, or you see them running around town, jogging and having a great time and smiling and that kind of stuff, and just like, wow, how is that possible, man? We're barely making it. We got crumbs in this society, right? But that we look at them and we envy them. Okay, and that's when we didn't know any better. They seem to live such a painless lives. Their bodies are so healthy and strong, right? Because, like I said, they have all this money. They eat the best food, and you're in the hood eating the fucking worst food. But that was a prophecy that we would eat our defiled bread among the Gentiles. So we have to understand the scriptures, okay, to get that true comfort in the scriptures. Verse 5, they don't have trouble like other people. They're not plagued with problems like everyone else, right? Because, they have money. If they don't have car problems. They don't have health issue problems. They don't have like a grandma in another country or something. They don't have the same problems that we do. The problems we have are because the curses the Lord put on our people for disobeying the law, statutes, and commandments, which is the love of God. Okay? So they have no problems because they don't have any pact with anybody. All they have is they bow down to money. That's their God, mammon, right? They don't have trouble like other people. They're not plagued with problems like everyone else. They wear pride like a jeweled necklace and clothe themselves with cruelty. And that's very true. These people are cold-blooded people, They don't look at you like a person. They look at you as a slave. Like it's a fucking 17th century and you a nigga with chains. Hey, that's how they still look at you. Verse 7, these fat cats have everything their hearts could ever wish for, right? Because they've stolen everything. Remember, their forefathers came here to kill, steal, committed genocides, and they have the riches of them all. Okay? They scoff and speak only evil. In their pride, they seek to crush others. They boast against the very heavens, and their words strut throughout the earth, right? Because they don't really believe in God. It's like, they'll tell you if God really existed, what were they in slavery and all that stuff? They'll tempt you like that, And then you start thinking, where was God when all this stuff? Yeah, he was looking back, telling you this was going to happen. And it did happen. Okay? Those are the curses that we're going through of Deuteronomy 28. Okay? Verse 10, and so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking in all their words, right? Because these people, how they speak, they're godless people. And our people start hearing this thing, and they start losing their faith, you know? They start losing their position. Because they want to start acting like these people. What is that great saying? One apple ruins a whole bunch, right? Because if you have one rotten apple, that rotten apple will infect the next apple right next to it. Okay, so this devil has infected us with his ideas and concepts, which are not of this world. Okay, what does God know? They ask. What does the Most High even know what's happening? Right? They tempt you with these things. Look at this wicked people enjoying a life of ease while the riches multiply. Right? Because this is our sentiment, you know, and our people will say, well, where's God? Look at these people. They stole everything and they're enjoying it. And God does nothing. No, God has a time and a place for everything. So read Ecclesiastes 3. Okay? There's a time and a place for everything. Did I keep my heart pure for nothing? Did I keep myself innocent for no reason? I get nothing but trouble all day long. Every morning brings me pain, right? Because whenever we go off, the Lord punishes us. Okay? And we feel it. Because we get punished all the time. But these people don't get punished because they are not the children of God. Okay? That's the big difference. Verse 15, if I had really spoken this way to others, I would have been a traitor to your people. So I try to understand why the wicked prosper. But what a difficult task it is. Then I went into your sanctuary, O God, which is the scriptures. And I finally understood the destiny of the wicked. And that right there, brothers and sisters, is a very powerful thing. That we are in the sanctuary of God, of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is the scriptures. And if you understand these scriptures, you're truly in the Holy of Holies. Okay? Understand that not everybody's going to understand this. Not a Christian, not a Catholic or a Baptist, but somebody that has the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will truly understand these scriptures. Truly to put them on a simply path. Because, you know, it seems like they've been enjoying life for a long time, since the time of the Greeks, the Romans, now it's the British, the French, the Spanish, the Portuguese. It just seems like, how long, Lord? Right? But everything has a time. Everything has a purpose. Okay? And if you start reading the scriptures, their judgment, they're not going to be able to handle it. It's very, verse 18 really goes into that. Truly, you put them in a slippery path, right? Because they have everything now, but in the kingdom of heaven, they will have nothing. They will truly be no one. They're nothing in our kingdom. You have to understand that this world is not our kingdom. It is their kingdom. But when this world comes to an end, our world begins, and our kingdom will be for us. Truly, you put them in a slippery path and send them sliding over the cliff to destruction. Right? Because it's a setup. It's all a setup. And Esau doesn't even fucking know it. In an instance, they are destroyed, completely swept away by terrors. And that's talking about the intercontinental ballistic missiles. When these missiles hit America, everything will be destroyed, because the Lord said that when they build it, that he will knock down. Okay, that's in the book of Obadiah. Prophecy, fulfillment, coming to fruition. Verse 20, when you arise, O Lord, you will laugh at their silly ideas, as a person laughs at a dream in the morning. Then I realized that my heart was bitter, and I was all torn up inside. I was so foolish and ignorant. I must have seemed like a senseless animal to you, right? Because you start reading the scriptures, and we're beloved from the beginning. This person is hated above all, and he owns this world. And this is just a big prison, okay, for this devil. So you have to, once you really understand the scriptures, it's like, wow, the Lord really truly loves us, because we're gonna get the whole world again to rule it truly with Yahweh Shai, right? And the King of Terrors, the Most High Yahweh, will be co-heirs of this new world. They don't even have it like that. Verse 23, yet I still belong to you. You hold my right hand. This is talking about the Lord, because he has never forgotten about you. Even though you seem to be fallen and that the Lord has abandoned us, he has never abandoned us. He's always been there for us. Yet I still belong to you, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You hold my right hand. You guide me with your counsel, which is the scriptures, law, statutes, and commandments, leading me to a glorious destiny, which is the kingdom of heaven. Whom have I in heaven but you? I desire you more than anything on earth. My health may fail, and my spirit may grow weak, but God remaineth the strength of my heart. He is mine forever. And those are beautiful words. Beautiful words, because it's true. We might falter in this world. Our health might falter, but our love for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is there forever. Those who desert him will perish, for you destroy those who abandon you. But as for me, how good it is to be near God. I have made a sovereign Lord my shelter, and I will tell everyone about the wonderful world, the wonderful things you do, right? Because the world, this world is nothing but wickedness, but the promises of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai are about to happen. We're in the time of Jacob's trouble. And when it really starts getting there, the elect will be protected by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. The Lord will provide for his people, for the elect. Okay, so you have to understand that these things are about to happen, and this devil is about to lose the power over this world. He is the end of this world. Okay? So let's finish with that verse, because that's a very powerful verse. This is 2 Esdras chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered and I said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? When is the end of the world? And he said unto me, from Abram unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, right? Because they were fighting in the womb. And here is the greatest verse you'll ever hear, brothers and sisters. Sweeter than honey. Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakadash, and he that have ears let him hear. Shalom.